Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the Bookworm Cozies Club chapter by chapter for A Deadly Inside Scoop, the first book in the Ice Cream Parlor Mystery series by Abby Collette. I'm Di and this is my audio-only reading vlog for this book. Today I will be reading chapters 7 through 12 and sharing my thoughts with you along the way. Due to the nature of this reading vlog, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read these chapters yet, I suggest that you not listen to this recording until you have. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Bookworm Cozies Club series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have commenced. So how is everybody doing this evening? I am doing great. As I was thinking on yesterday's chapters, I have a feeling that I am going to need to have some ice cream around because just thinking about her making all of these delicious flavors really makes me want to have ice cream. Thankfully, I do have some ice cream in the freezer, so I may go and get some of that in a bit. But yeah, I am going to continue with the audiobook version of this book. Like I had mentioned in part 1, I did borrow it from Hoopla, which is offered from my library. And we will see who the dead body is that Bronwyn found at the end of chapter 6 and see what kind of suspects come into play in regards to that death. I presume that is going to be the mystery that Bronwyn investigates, and I have a feeling that maybe somebody close to her is going to be considered as a suspect. So those are my thoughts at the moment. I'm going to dive into chapter 7 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 8. I didn't realize that at the end of chapter 6, it didn't say there was a dead body lying in the snow. I did have to go back and look it up in my physical copy. I just presumed the body was dead. It turns out the body was dead. They don't yet know who it is, but based on the comments that people are making, I am going to stick with my gut and say that it was the guy that Bronwyn met in front of her store that morning. Now, it sounds like Bronwyn might be suspecting her dad, considering she just made mention of the fact that his clothes were different and he never dresses like that going to work. So, I wonder if that's going to play a part in the remaining book. As I mentioned, I would think that just because of how cozy mysteries go, that Bronwyn's going to get involved because somebody close to her is going to become a suspect. So maybe that person's going to be her dad. So anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and make mention of that. And I'm really glad that I have a physical copy that I can refer back to while I'm listening to this audiobook, because I wouldn't have been able to find what Bronwyn had made mention to as far as the body goes at the end of chapter 6 without it. The way that Hoopla has their audiobooks, there's no like chapter markers, so I would have to scrub back in order to see where the chapter or where I wanted to go was. I think I did put in a bookmark though when I was done with chapter 6, so those are super helpful, but I don't do that at the end of every chapter. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to dive into chapter 9 and I'll be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 12. I really feel like listening to the audiobook version is making the story go by really quickly. I almost missed the end of chapter 12 because I was just so engrossed in listening to it that I didn't realize it said chapter 13, and I was like, wait, what? I had to pause it real quick. I think maybe a paragraph went by before I realized what had happened, but yeah, it just seems like I'm getting through this a lot faster than I would normally be getting through the sections if I was reading a physical copy. Not sure though. I mean, I think I read pretty quick. At least that's my perception, but maybe I'm wrong. Either that or this story is just so entertaining that it just feels like time is just flying by. But anyway, I do find it odd that nobody's like confirming to Bronwyn, or I guess she introduced herself as Wyn to the guy in front of the soup place. So I guess I'll refer to her as Wyn. But anyway, I find it odd that nobody's confirming to her that the guy that died is the guy that she met in front of the store. I mean, I'm still really thinking that is the same person, especially with everybody telling her you don't have to worry about him anymore. I mean, why would they even say that to her? I mean, as far as I know, only her mom knew that she met this guy yesterday. Well, obviously, she might have told her grandfather, but they seem to know something that Wyn doesn't at this point. I'm still really enjoying seeing Wyn come up with new ideas to try to get people to buy ice cream, and even at the end of chapter 12 she's trying something new, and she's only been open for less than 48 hours. It's very interesting to me, and pumpkin ice cream sounds delicious. I think that was one of the recipes that I saw when I was flipping towards the back to count the number of chapters. That might be one I have to try. But I am still really enjoying this read. The story, like I said, it just seems to be flying by. I don't know if that has to do with the format, or that I'm enjoying the narration so much, or if it's just the story in general. I'm just really enjoying this so far. So that's pretty much all I have to say on these chapters. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these chapters, and I will see you tomorrow for chapters 13 through 18. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.